Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow! 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 Ow!
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. And this includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. And you are, some of you, if you're new, are wondering what to expect from the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. Will you get an erudite dissertation on something about life and God and all the things it means to be saved or not saved, or healed or not healed? And the answer to that is, and I are here in my office where it is Sunday, June 7th, the 503rd day of the Sex Offender Administration. That's right. It is 70 degrees here in my office, 0% humidity, with a slight glow of holiness on my forehead. But on the other side of this wall, just 9.5 inches, which is a few more inches than what I have to make a wall with. It is 75 degrees with a 2% chance of humidity and a 100% chance that if you bet on the Iran war lasting 100 days on Kalshi, you may have won back some of the money you lost betting on the economy 100 days ago. That's right. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. People have also called me the Racy Reverend, the Pervert Pastor, the Vile Vulgar Vicar of Vice, the Elder of damn, this is a new one. The Elder of Edibles, the Sexy Shepherd, the Missionary Man, the Minister of Mischief, the Dirty Deacon of Doggy Style, the Freaky Frisky Friar, the Ass Man Abbot, the Colored Cleric, the Booty Banging Brother, the Handsy High Priest, the Shameless Shaman, Father Fistmas, the Wicked I Like to Watch Witness, the Holy Ho, the Divine Dominating Dominee, the Depraved Preacher, the Tickle Me Theologian, the Minister of Making Love, the Clergy of Cunning Conversation while eating coochie, and that nasty N-word. That's right. So now you know what kind of reverend I am. In case you were wondering, when you first arrived, they go like, here's a new reverend. I think I'll check him out. I'm looking for a new place to worship. Well, it's more like a warship. It's like battle, bang, 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 bang. Oh, you sank my battle warship. Okay, sorry. The point is that I come by many names or by many methods, but I do not. That's right. I do not come easy. So, brothers and sisters, and good morning, Heavy Kev. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful gifts, that you sent to the church. We will be displaying some of that a little bit later. Yes, indeed. But let us begin, as we always begin, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah. That's right. We're dropping the mic and the standards. That's right. Good morning, Sister Ann. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you too, sister. You're looking delicious today. Let me tell you right now. That's right. It is time. That's right. It is time for our opening prayers. Sponsored by. Now, believe it or not, that's right. We have a new sponsor. It is I forgot. Let's go with the old sponsor because I forgot what a new sponsor is because I didn't write it down. I made it up in my head and I forgot to write it down. Damn, that's a good sponsor. What was I eating? Was it 10 milligrams or 20? I forgot. Well, at any rate, let's just say it's the same old guy, G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. We'll be talking about him a little bit later. If you have an opening that needs to be filled by humorists, G.D. Fenderson has your opening needs, like he did yesterday at a private event for about an hour which is why he forgot to set up the show for the day. You forgot to do the bucket. That's right. He forgot to do the bucket. He was so busy preparing for other shit that he forgot to do the bucket until late last night. Motherfucker. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer or healing, forgiveness, or any request whatsoever. Advice, not legal, because I'm not a real lawyer. I have watched a lot of episodes of NCIS, so I can solve some of the mysteries in your life, but I do not have a law degree. But send those requests to me at the Dr. Rev Jelly Roll, DrRevJellyRolle @gmail.com, just like it's scrolling across the bottom. See how it's scrolling across the bottom? That's right. It's scrolling across the bottom. Yes, indeed. So, matter of fact, you could send your request just like Spotify did, saying, you haven't uploaded a file for a while. That's right. I haven't. It was too much fucking work for me. So, fuck them. That's right. If it's too hard, it's like sex. If it's too hard, no, it's not like sex. What's it like? It's like my last job. If it's too hard, I'm going to quit. That's right. So, anyway, the point is, you could like that. You could someone like they did, or like the SPLC did, Southern Poverty Law Center, saying, "We thank you for your contribution." That's a trick. I didn't contribute. So either they got the Reverend's credit card number from someplace, or somebody's like donating in my name, which is possible. People do that all the time. People go like, I cannot give you a graduation gift, but I'll donate some money to the Church of Last Resort in your name. See, and then they'll call me and say, Reverend, did somebody donate $50 in my name? And I'll go, what's your name? And they'll say, my name is Spotify, or my name is Southern Poverty Law Center. And I'll go, yes, they did. And then they say, can I have 25 of that? Because I really need the money. And I'll go like, so do I. So please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Otherwise, that other roll, another roll, any other roll, a different role, not me, will wind up with the request, and you don't want those mofos touching your requests. It's like stranger danger. Don't be touching my request when I don't know who you are. I thought I sent this to someone else. Who are you? Don't be touching my request. I got standards. That's right. Now for our disclaimer. Yes, indeed. We have disclaimers. We have disclaimers out the ass. Like, I can't even tell you some of the disclaimers, but they're there. I can't show them. I can tell you, I just can't show you because it's the rating on the show, right? So, while all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. So, brothers and sisters, please bow your heads, unless you are driving your car or your significant other. And what? That's right. That's the sound of somebody's significant other's head hitting the dashboard instead of the headboard. They're doing it wrong. Should be the headboard, not the dashboard. That's because they're doing it in the wrong place or at the wrong time, according to Dr. John. I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. That's right. That's right. And if that is the case, just close your eyes. Say, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And just let Jesus do the driving while we pray. But do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has full control, not just the steering, but the gas, the brakes as well. That's right. The gas and the brakes as well. That's right. So, dear Lord, please bless Brother Dennis Hall. That's right. Dennis Hall, the two-way, and that's not a sexual thing, as far as I know, the two-way NHL forward who starred alongside superstar older brother Bobby Hall with the Chicago Blackhawks and helped Canada win the 1972 Summit Series has died. That's right. Now that Summit Series was a serious thing. It was like it's a big thing in Canadian hockey, which I did not know. But Canada won and in 72. I think I'll talk about that later, maybe. But anyway, he was 81. 81. That's right. His cause of death was SUDS, sudden undisclosed disease syndrome. That's right. The Silver Jet, as Dennis Hull was often called, played 13 of 14 NHL seasons with Chicago before one final year with the Detroit Red Wings. He appeared in 5 All-Star games and was voted a second team NHL All-Star in 1972 and 73. Now, here's the deal. Saying I played with Hull when he was with the Red Wings toward the end of his career is like saying you dated Anne Margaret in her 70s. Okay, not the 70s. Wow. No, I mean her 70s. Sure, she was past her prime, but come on, it was still Anne Margaret. You can still say I was with Anne Margaret even though she was in her 70s. And playing with Hull on his 14th year was kind of like the same thing. Hull was old, but he was still a Silver Jet, even if it was a Spirit Airlines jet. That's right. But so, Hull played in 3 Stanley Cup finals with the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks lost to the Montreal Canadiens each and every time, all 3 times, in 65 and 71 and in 73. Look, getting to the Stanley Cup 3 times but losing each time to the Canadiens is like kissing your sister if your sister was Anne Margaret in her 70s. Okay. Hull had 303 goals, 351 assists, for 654 points in 959 regular season NHL games. Look, I don't know why they have to say NHL games. We've already established, first of all, his last name is Hull. He's from Canada. What other sport is he going to be fucking playing? We said he was a forward, a two-way forward. You don't need to say NHL games. Of course he had NHL games. Damn. Sorry. He had another 67 points in 104 games in the playoffs. That includes playing for the Stanley Cup. Second prize, kissing his sister. Now, I found stuff about Dennis's hockey playing brothers, but I couldn't find even one thing about his sister. I couldn't even find out his sister's name. That's the truth. I couldn't find out her name. First of all, I did searches and I came up with 2 different results. One said that Hull was one of 4 kids, and the other one said that Hull was one of 11 kids. And they were both news articles. And I'm thinking, don't they do their research? There's a big jump between squeezing out 11 babies and squeezing out 4 babies. That's a big difference. 7 of those things are that's extra labor. You don't want to put in extra labor, you're not going to get credit for it. So I don't know how many brothers and sisters he had. But in both articles, only thing they did was list the brothers that played hockey. They didn't list it. They didn't list this. Nope. Didn't list the sister at all. So I guess no one gave a puck about her. Rest in peace, Dennis. Silver Jet has been grounded. Can I get a one-way ticket? Dear Lord, I want to tell you a little story real quick. It's hockey related, I think. Yes. Saturday, my wife, Amona, and I were going to the supermarket because that's what we do on Saturdays. It's like foreplay. Saturday, we shop for stuff. And then Sunday, we have date day or date afternoon. Like afternoon delight. It's Sunday. And right after church, we get a little freaky right in the next room, right on the other side of this wall. Matter of fact, this painting be doing this every Sunday afternoon. The painting be going bang, 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 bang. And you know what? The bed don't even touch that wall. That's right. Yeah, that's right. But serious. And anyway, so Saturday we're doing some shopping. And so we're out there shopping. And we walk in hand like we always do, because we're a sweet couple. We walk in, and there's a guy outside dressed in all black hat, white guy dressed in black. And he says, "Excuse me, I will use my WIC card to buy your groceries, and you can give me, half of that in money, in cash. You can give me half in cash, and I'll, use your WIC card for, your groceries." And so we politely declined. And Mona says, most people when they're begging for food. Now he already has food stamps, so he can get food. So what's he gonna do with that money? Why is he selling the food, giving up food for what? We know what it is. We know what it is. And we don't. We're assuming it's one or two things: alcohol and or, she's assuming it's either alcohol or drugs. Okay, that's her assumption. I said to her, because I am the optimist in the family, I said, "Mona, did you notice his teeth?" I said, "His teeth are all jacked up." I said, "Maybe he's selling his food stamps so he can get cash to fix his teeth." Look, when I got my teeth fixed, see yeah, that's $10,000 right there. That's $2,500 a tooth. I had to take out a loan. That's right. I had to take out a loan. I didn't have that kind of money just sitting around the house. I couldn't go selling food stamps. So I'll buy you groceries to get my teeth fixed. I didn't have that option. Back then I was making too much money, but not enough to get my teeth fixed with cash. I financed it, I should say. Did I say take a loan? I don't know. I financed it, but I paid it off in like 4 months. But yeah, the 10,000, bam, paid it off. Because if I want the interest. Okay, forget it. That's beside the point. The thing is that I said to her, maybe he just needs to get his teeth fixed. That's what he's selling the money for. It's for the dentist deductible. I know my dentist deductible is like $50, And so she goes, "I doubt it." And then it occurred to me, because I knew that Dennis Hall had died. Here's a tip for you. If you're a white guy of a certain age and you are in need of cash, instead of selling your food stamps and your teeth are jacked up, just get a little sign that says "Retired hockey player in need of funds." Okay, that's it. Retired hockey player wants to get his teeth fixed. Okay, I think people would be more amenable, friendly to helping you out, instead of everybody walking by and going, "No, I'm not giving you money for drugs." Just get the sign that says "Former hockey player, I want to get my teeth fixed," and then spend the money for drugs. That's all. I'm going to get that off my chest, because it's been bugging me since yesterday. Dear Lord, I'm saying Saturday. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Owen Rise Davis. First of all, the fucked up way of spelling his name. It's Owain. I was pronouncing it Owain. Owain in the manger, Rise Davies. Okay, but I'm now I've just come to the conclusion it's Owen. Owen, come bust mama's pimples. Owen, come loofah mama's feet. Owen. Sorry about that. Owen Rise Davies, the Welsh-born actor who appeared in David Lynch and Mark Frost's Twin Peaks: The Return, a reboot in 2017, has died. He was 44. While his exact cause of death has not been released to the public, his brother Rodri, Rhodri, sounds like a Japanese monster from a Kong movie, Rodri Davies described it as sudden, natural, and peaceful. Okay. At 44, the only part of that sentence that makes sense is sudden. But sudden, natural, and peaceful at 44, That doesn't sound right. That sounds like he OD'd on organic sativa. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it was sudden. He wasn't expecting to do it, but natural, because that's how the sativa is organic sativa, and peaceful, because that's what sativa does. I think. I haven't had it. I didn't write that comment. I was just reading it. I don't know enough about sativa. I just know the edibles. And some of them say sativa. Really, you look at the back, a little baggie that says sativa, and I'm like, okay, that's a sativa, that's a saliva. I don't know which is which. I can't tell the difference between sativa and saliva. Davis was best known for playing FBI agent Wilson in the 2017 revival of David Lynch's iconic series Twin Peaks, appearing in 3 episodes alongside Lynch himself as FBI Deputy Director Gordon Cole. That's right. His other credits, not Gordon Cole's and not Lynch's, but the guy that died, Davies. His other credits include the Netflix drama The OA and the Alice Through the Looking Glass, starring Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. Okay. Even though that movie sucked, Silver Jet Fumes, it's an IMDb credit. So what can I tell you? Rest in peace, Owen. I know that's short, but that's all I got. If he wanted more credits, he should have done more. So can I get a whole lot of nothing? That's right. Dear Lord, please bless brother Rick Edelman. Rick Edelman, the longtime NBA coach who finished his Hall of Fame career with the Timberwolves, has died. He was 79. His cause of death was SUDS as well, sudden undisclosed disease syndrome. It's an epidemic. There is a SUDS epidemic. People better watch out for SUDS. Look out for SUDS. I'm telling you, it's a slippery slope. You get the SUDS and you could be out and you don't even know why. Rick Edelman racked up 1,042 regular season wins, making him the 10th most victorious coach in NBA history. Only 4 other coaches, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich, Jerry Sloan, and George Karl, coached more games with a better winning percentage than Edelman. He took the Portland Trailblazers to the NBA Finals twice, losing to Detroit in 1990 and Chicago in 1992. More sister kissing. Edelman was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2021 for his outstanding contributions to basketball. Across 23 seasons as a head coach, Edelman also coached the Portland Trailblazers, Golden State, yeah, baby. Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings, and Houston Rockets. Okay, now we're talking second base. Okay, not just kissing your sister, you're making it all the way to second base. Rest in peace, Rick. You did good coaching without bad press, but as long as you win, what's a little bad press? Except for it's on your suit, because people will talk about the wrinkles. Can I get an abusive champion? And dear Lord, please bless Sister Marjane Satrapi. Send all correct pronunciations along with a $5 correction fee to Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll at gmail.com, and that's roll with an E. Marjane Satrapi, the French-Iranian artist, author, women's rights activist, and the illustrator behind the graphic novel memoir Persepolis, has died. She was 56. Her family and close friends have stated that she died of sadness because her husband, her loving husband, died a year ago. He was the Swedish producer, actor, and screenwriter Mattias Repa. He passed away in April of 2025, and so she died of sadness. Yeah. I didn't know that you could die of sadness at 56. Not at 56. 70, 80, 90, yeah. I get that. You've been with the person for a while and your prospects are low. But at 56, you get a little loop going action. You're not dried up. You can probably, like I said, nothing like, no, we want to get over somebody, get under somebody else. That's all. She didn't have to die of sadness, is what I'm saying. But I just learned that you could do that, But then again, I just learned that you could die suddenly, naturally, and peacefully at 44. That don't make sense either. Her book, Persepolis, the stark black and white memoir that concluded her childhood during and after Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution, became an international success and was later adapted into an animated film which won the jury prize at Cannes and was nominated for an Academy Award in 2007. That's right. Rest in peace, Marjane. I prefer your black and white drama to the black and white drama going on in the South right now. Sorry about your sorrow. Can I get a happy ending? And finally, Lord. Finally, Lord. Please, please, please. Bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV, who GD unnecessarily stressed out yesterday by not producing a bucket until late in the evening because he was too fucking busy doing comedy and a thing yesterday.
That's garbage.
It was garbage. You should have seen that set. Yeah, you should have seen that set. It was garbage. Yeah. But they were laughing at the garbage, and that's all that matters. You can have a show that's garbage, but if people are having fun and they're laughing and they drink and they're sober. Sober was a sober event. That's right, a sober event because it was a graduation event. Yet they were sober, and so nobody was drinking alcohol and they laughing. Yeah, that's right, laughing, sober. That's right. You got it like that. You don't have to be drunk to appreciate his humor. You just have to appreciate the fact that he's not funny. And you laugh on a curve. That's all. You just laugh on a curve. Like, okay, I wouldn't laugh ordinarily, but it is G.D. Fenderson. We're going to laugh on the curve. So the staff, that's what I was talking about, the staff. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they are here wishing they were anywhere today. And that ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com/merch, the place to go to get all of your Church of Last Resort gear, your Coffee with the Dog gear, your Mind Dog TV gear, your what's that? Father's Day is coming up. Shit, you got to get something for your father, like an apron or a mug or something there. Just go there and find something for your father, okay? Even if he's not a good dad. If he's a good dad, spend more. If he's a good dad, put your spending level here. Okay, if he's a bad dad, put your spending level here. But the sheer fact that he gave up good sperm for you to be here deserves a gift. Even if he didn't stick around after the sperm did all the swimming, that may have been the most work he put into your life. The sperm swimming to get to the egg. And after that, no more effort did he put into it. But at least get something for the sperm. Even if you don't get something for the dad, get something for the sperm. The sperm worked hard to get there. They outswam millions of other sperms. You could have been somebody else. That's right. If that sperm had reached that egg and went, get in there, you could have been a different person. One of a million other people. We don't know. We have no way of finding out because those other sperm aren't around to ask. They're gone. They said, I didn't fertilize an egg. I'm out of here. I lost the race. I'm taking my sperm and I'm going home. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Then moonwalk out of it. See that? I can still moonwalk. That's right. Look at that. Good God, I still got it. Yes, indeed. All right. Sorry. I'm a little happy when the knee replacement works, I can still moonwalk. That's right. But brothers and sisters, it is that time that all of my little luscious friends out there, all my luscious friends are waiting for. It's time for a bump for the Lord. That's right. It's time for let's have a little bump for the Lord, brought to you by Bump in the Bottle, straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. That's right. Brothers and sisters, let's have our bump for the Lord. Some of that got in my beard. I meant to save that for later. And on my pants. Whoa, that got on my crotch. Got to save that for later too. And on my shirt. Damn. I'm about to get licked all over to get this wine off. Damn. Okay, sorry about that. Falling apart there. That's too much bump. Couldn't keep all that bump in my mouth at one time. That's a shame. Got a little spillage. So, brothers and sisters, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, for those of you who are new to the show, are you still there? Are you still there? Did you tune in? Those of you who tuned in this morning and expected a nicer, kinder reverend, are you still there? You still listening? Send all your comments to the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll at gmail.com. Put an E on the end and include a $5 fee for having me listen to your complaints. All right. Now, we did mention our flagship program, Coffee with the Dog, Monday through Friday, live 9 a.m. to whenever the hell we stop. Sometimes it's 11, sometimes it's 11:30, sometimes it's 10:57 because somebody's got to get the fuck out of there. And then just stick around. As long as it's live, it's live. And so, but you can't just get on it. We're going to tell you how to get on it. Sister, curly hair so bright. Tell them how to do it.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
Spring and summer.
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
Thank you, Sister Curly hair so bright. And gentlemen, did I mention she's single? That's right. Okay, yeah, she's got like 4 or 5 kids she's got to take care of, but I didn't know there was that many kids. I thought she just had 1 or 2, because when I go to talk to the sister, she would discuss things, business, real business, not pleasure, I just saw the 2 kids, but it never occurred to me that they weren't the same 2 kids each time. But the other day I was there and I saw all 5. Well, I saw all 5 kids at once, but they're wonderful. So, she's single, guys, ladies, she's single. That's right. That's right. She's not picky. She just needs financial help. We don't pay her enough. Sister Curly hair so bright. Brothers and sisters, in today's installment of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we are going to look at a song that means a great deal to me. It's a song by Prince and the Revolution. That's right. Not to be confused with Lancelot Link and the Evolution Revolution. We will be doing some of their music later on in the year, not in the show. So, this is from the Purple Rain soundtrack, and it's called I Would Die for You. Now, the reason why this song is special to me is because back when I was studying to be a minister and I was still in school, during the second semester, I needed some money to help pay for school. And so I did a little dancing on the side and on the back and on the front. I was a stripper just for that one semester. And when I closed, my closing numbers were "I Would Die for You" and "Baby I'm a Star." That's right. That was the closing numbers. Do 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 do. Yeah. So those are my closing numbers. And back then, I didn't even think about the lyrics to "I Would Die for You." It was just a badass jam, you know. I would die for you. Ow. Yeah, so I didn't even think about the lyrics. Never even thought about it until I started doing this thing called Looking for God in All the Wrong Places. And then the song came on the radio, and I'm driving, like I'm not supposed to because the Reverend doesn't have a license. But sometimes the guy who's supposed to drive me around, GD, wasn't available. But I had to get someplace, so I just got in the car and drove. It was only in the neighborhood. I wasn't going too far, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 blocks, miles, something. The point is, the song came on, and I started reminiscing. Those days, I'm like driving. It's like, I would die for you. Hey, baby, if you want me to, you. Oh, good God. I'm driving, and Mona says, will you stop swerving? And I'm like, I can't help it. And my hips are moving, and the wheel just follow the hips. You know what I'm saying? The hip goes right, and then the wheel goes. So it's not actually follow. It's like the opposite. What's it called? When it's the reverse action. My hips go right, the wheel goes left. Hips go left, wheel goes right. So I would die for you. Yeah. So and I'm like reminiscing. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me that this song by Prince is multifaceted. That's right. It delves into themes of love and devotion, spirituality, and self-identity. And it's not just for pumping your hips, grinding. It's not just for grinding. It's also for the daily grind to help you work through things, And so I was like, maybe we should do it. So did we do a Prince song already? I don't know. We may have. We probably did. But this song, we didn't do. And I took advantage of it. I made a lot of singles. I made a lot of wrinkled bills to this song. A lot of crinkled up bills to this song. So I owe it something. This is my way of giving back to Prince, who probably needed the money, and I didn't know that. And I'm just taking it in, not giving him any credit whatsoever. And I apologize. So this is my tithe to Prince. And this was a while ago. So if you're from the IRS, you're going, wait a second, he ain't claiming that shit. I was in my 20s. I'm 66 now. Fuck off. Unless you're going to audit me this year, then I love you guys. You're the best. Okay, here are the lyrics. Okay, it goes like this. I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. Sorry, it goes. I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I am something that you'll never understand. I'll never beat you. I'll never lie. And if you're evil, I'll forgive you by and by. Cause you, I would die for you. Huh. Okay, now, so let's break this down. The first 2 lines, pretty simple, right? I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I am something that you'll never understand. Well, let's look at this from the spiritual realm. Okay? I'm not talking about gender. See, he didn't say, I'm not female, I'm not male. This is very specific. He says right here, he didn't say, I'm not this, I'm not that. Was it? No, he didn't say that. He didn't say, I'm not female, I'm not male. He goes, I'm not a woman. Okay, so that's like this. Okay, I'm not a woman, and then he goes, and I'm not a man, like that. Okay, those are ovaries, and that's a penis and testicles. Okay, I guess I should put a happy face or something. There you go. So I'm not ovary. Oh, so I don't have ovaries, and I don't have a penis. There's a difference. So he didn't say I'm not female. I'm not a male. He goes, I don't have ovaries. I don't have junk. Okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I am something that you'll never understand. That's because he's in the spiritual realm. See, this stuff here is for the physical. All right, when we're talking genitalia, woman and man. We're talking spiritual, right? And we're talking physical, right down here. You can kind of grasp that. But he's saying, I'm not a woman, I'm not a man. That's up there. That's spiritual. So he lets you know right off the bat that it's not a physical thing. It's like up here, up here. That's right. And that's why you can't understand it, because you can't grab it. And if you do grab it, it's going to cost you an extra few bucks, because I'm a dancer. Well, at least I was. I needed the money for school. Okay, then next. All right, it goes, I'll never beat you. I'll never lie. And if you're evil, I'll forgive you by and by. Now, there's a caveat there. First of all, he says, I'll never beat you. Okay, now that could be a reference back to the fact that Jesus got his ass beat before they put him up on the cross. Now, they just like beat that ass, And it wasn't like he was like going, oh, spank me, spank me. No, he wasn't, it wasn't like that. It was like, man, all right, go ahead, beat me. It's not going to change anything. I'm still going to be the same guy I was before, but beat me. Oh, sure. Crown of thorns, whatever. Go ahead. But I'm not going to lie. You want me to lie. You want me to say something that's not true. So beat me if you want. I'm not going to do it. So he says, I'll never beat you, and I'll never lie. And if you're evil, I'll forgive you by and by. Now, I think that's overly generous. They'll forgive them, but yeah. But it's not, I'll forgive you by and by. It's like, I'll forgive you if you believe. And that gets all the way down to the end of the song, which we're not there yet. But we'll get there, because I got a list of words I know how to read. I will get to the end. Okay? So it says, I would die for you. Okay, I was trying to remember how it went, because I would die for you. Hey, if you want me to. Okay, yeah, so, darling, if you want me to. Okay, I would die for you. Now, the funny thing about this one verse is it says, if you want me to. Actually, back then, when it happened, people didn't say, excuse me, Mr. Jesus, would you die for me? And Jesus didn't say, excuse me, sir, want me to die for you? Yeah, I'll die for you. I will. You don't? Where you from? Get the fuck out of here. I'm only dying for the good. Those people over there, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Jesus said that. That's not in that book. They edited that out. They only had room for like 72 books, or 66 if it's the Protestant version. But the Catholic version has 72 books. And I got the 72 book version only because I want to see. And then I got like 30 other books that they left out from the Apocrypha. Those books, the ones that were kicked out of the canon, I got those books downstairs as well. That's beside the point. So the next verse, let's get to the next verse. The next verse says, I'm not your lover, I'm not your friend. I am something that you'll never comprehend. No need to worry, no need to cry. Okay, I'm your Messiah, and you're the reason why. Okay, now, so let's go. And then he goes back to you. I would die for you. Okay, that's more like James Brown. But as you can tell from my voice, I don't really have that Prince range. That's right. Speaking of which, let me show you something. I want the Heavy Kev did something that I just really appreciate right there. One of us, there you go. Look at that. There we go. Now, of course, I didn't dress like that when I was dancing, because that would have been like a copyright infringement. But there's also Purple Rev. Purple Rev. Look at that, collar and all. That's right. I like that. I think that's a keeper. That's right. Purple Rev. It's very clever there. It's very clever there. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother Kev. Brother Kev. That's right. Purple Rev by Heavy Kev. That's right. I meant to show that in the beginning when I was talking about the stripper days. I did, but I forgot, because I get like that. Where was I? Okay. I'm not your lover. I'm not your friend. Okay. basically, lovers and friends are just I don't know if I'm going to need this or not, but if I do, it's going to be right here. Lovers and friends are just a type of relationship, okay? And they also have boundaries. If you're a friend or a lover, there's like certain boundaries. There's certain things a lover can do that a friend will not. I think, I'm not sure, because now they got friends with benefits, which just means, I think lover just means a commitment, okay? But says, I'm not your lover. You know, we're not doing this, okay? I'm not your friend. We're not doing this, okay? Unless it's communion, then maybe we are doing this, and maybe we're doing that. Maybe if we're doing communion, that's what's okay. But the point is, they saying the actual relationship is difficult to understand. Okay, it's like you just won't get it, you know, because it's really out there. It's not just friendship, it's not just a love, but there's a communion, a bonding, something that's so close and so sacred that it's hard to put into words. It's hard to quantify. It's hard, but it's not hard to justify. It's hard to quantify and to quantify and testify and what other files you got? Wi-Fi. You know, it just can't do that. But it's there. And you can feel it. Okay, you can feel it. You just can't explain it, you know. Not exactly faith. And I'm not talking about faith. I'm talking about the relationship between you and whoever or whatever your savior is. That's the kind, you know. So I don't need this. Okay, I'm putting it back. Sorry, board. I didn't mean to grab you prematurely. Next line says, no need to worry. No need to cry. I'm your Messiah, and you're the reason why, because you know the rest of it. I'm not going to keep going there. You know the rest of it. No need to worry. No need to cry. I'm your Messiah, and you're the reason why. Okay. Now, in a way that kind of makes sense. You can be a Messiah, or can you be a Messiah if you have no one to be a Messiah for? Right? Think about that. It says, I'm here for your sins. God, you didn't create, what's this, day 5? You haven't made man yet. What? So why am I here? I can't be a Messiah without people to Messiah to. Man, bring me back when there's some more people to Messiah to. Man, I swear. Mom was right about you. You know that, right? Yeah, Mom was talking about you all the time. And now I know she was right. Need to get your shit together, Dad. Of course, I don't know if that actual conversation actually took place. And if it did, who are you to say I'm a liar or a fraud? What? Just because it's not in a good book don't mean it's not a good fact or a good story. Never let a good truth, never let good truth get in the way of a good story. That's what I say. It continues. You're just a sinner. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a different, see, okay, this bridge part has like a different, goes like, do. But this part, it goes like, yeah, jazz hands. Sorry, Prince, okay. You're just a sinner, I am told. Be your fire when you're cold. Make you happy when you're sad. Make you good when you are bad. I'm not a human. I'm a dove. I'm your conscience. I am love. All I really need to know is that you believe. Okay? Now, that goes right back to what I was saying before, where it says, I would die for you if you want me to, you know, I'll forgive you by and by cause. Okay? I'll forgive you by and by cause, and here's right it is. Because you believe. That's the catch. Because I'll forgive you by and by, but you gotta believe. Okay, there's a little catch. He should have put that earlier in the contract. He put it later in the contract when people stop reading and they just start saying sign the contract. And he goes, whoa, I gotta believe? Shit. I'm all out of belief. What the fuck? Okay. And that's, you know, so you should put that earlier in the contract. Matter of fact, the contract should be called If You Believe. And they go, if I believe what? And then you start reading and go, oh, okay. And then you sign. Or you go like, ooh, okay. Do you have a different contract? So maybe there's another Messiah I can sign up with. You know, Messiah that will forgive me, but I don't have to believe. Is there another one? You know, I know there are like 17 or 18 Messiahs out there. So does it have to be this one? Can I pick another one? So now, signed line by line, you're just a sinner, I am told. Okay, you're just a sinner. That's it. And apparently it's like it's no big deal. You're just a sinner. We're all sinners. So I'm told. Like I don't really know. I hear things, and I hear that you're a sinner. I'm not gonna hold. Be your fire when you're cold. So now he's talking about the benefits. Okay, it's like, okay, you're a sinner, but even though you're a sinner, so I hear, look, if you're cold, I'll warm you. If you're sad, I'll help you, make you happy. If you're bad, now it says make you good. Actually, technically, it doesn't make you good. What happens is, if you decide you believe and you follow the teachings, the actual teachings, not the like the prosperity Bible shit. What did he say? Prosperity Bible shit? Yes, I did. It's like the prosperity Bible is like a bird. Okay, you have like this prosperity Bible, and it's like flying along like this, and it's dropping little pieces of shit all over the place. And yeah, it came out of the book. It came out of the book. Yeah, but guess what? It's just shit talking about you're rich. God loves you rich. Got to be rich. God rewards you by rich. No, that's not what happens. See, that's not the actual teachings of Jesus. That's just the prosperity shit. It came out of the Bible, bird. See, that's the bird right there. It came out of the Bible right there, just like shit, and it falls down. And you got to clean it up because that's what that prosperity shit will do to you. It came out of the Bible, but it's not everything that you need to know about it. There's more to it than just the shit. You can't just be picking shit. The shit dropping and shit. Bible shit. That's what that is. So, see, so it says, he doesn't make you good. If you follow the teachings, you'll wind up doing good. You'll wind up being good. It's like someone says, I'm going to make you healthy. It's like, you can't make me healthy. But if you give me advice, you told me some of the healthy things, and I do those healthy things, I'll wind up being healthy. You didn't make me healthy. You didn't make me quit drinking. You didn't make me quit smoking. You didn't make me quit whoring around without a condom and eating stuff without a dental dam. You didn't make me do that. I was reading the requirements. I was reading the health recommendations and go like, whoa, I should stop doing meth if I want my teeth to be clean and shiny. Whoa, okay, let's try that. And you take that advice and you wind up getting healthy. So Jesus or God or whatever it is does not make you good, but by following the teachings, you become good. All right, it says, I'm not a human, I'm a dove. Now, there's a lot of biblical reference in there. First of all, when he says I'm not a human, I'm a dove, the reference to the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's not a reference to the Jesus, and that's not really a reference to the God. Okay, it's like when the people try to explain the Trinity, the God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, and God the Son, or whatever that crap is that they're telling you, to trying to scare you with. When they say I am not a human, I'm a dove. Okay, that's referring to the Holy Spirit. And it's the part that says, it's the part that communicates with you, the flesh, the part that goes from the Godhead or the God to the Godhead to the monad. That's right, the monad. Yeah. Go get your Kabbalah book. Matter of fact, next week, bring your Kabbalah book because I don't know if we're going to talk about Kabbalah because I'll be on the road next week and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Next week, I'll be doing church, but I'll be doing it from the road. So you may not see this in the flesh and you may not have the banging because I'll be on the road, but I'll probably have like the graphic behind me with the green screen shit. It says, I'm your conscience. I am love. Okay. I'm not a human. I'm a dove. I'm your conscience. Okay. Again, this is where it comes. It doesn't make you good, but your conscience, could do that. Okay. I am love. All right. That's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? Do I have to explain that? Because I'm running short on time and I got lots of words to get in here. Okay. We don't need to know I'm love, right? We got that. Okay. All I really need is to know that you believe. Yeah. I would die for you, darling, if you want me to. Yeah, you. I would die for you. Yeah. Say one more time, you. I would die for you, darling, if you want me to. You. I would die for you. 2, 3, 4. You. Okay. And it just says that. It just keeps. That's a reminder It's a lot of emphasis there. He just keeps going on. Man, if it goes on some more, it didn't just stop there. He's got some more. I would die for you. You know, you got 4 more in there. Yes, you. Okay. So, like I said, so that's the song in a nutshell. A nutshell. Like I said, I would die for you. That's the core of the song's emotional intensity. Okay, it signifies the depth of the singer's devotion and willingness to go to extreme lengths for the person they love. Okay, that's only if you're talking about the fleshy parts. If you're talking about the spiritual meaning, which is why we brought the song in the first place, we're talking about perhaps a relationship between a Messiah and his Messiahites, right? The people that he Messiahs for. So I thank you. Now, the new episodes of Done Way Past Funny are coming out. I'm just going to play this promo for it, just so you know who it is. It's the next guest is James Piscatelli. James Piscatelli, he's a short filmmaker. He makes short films. Well, he has a feature film also. I'm just going to play the promo.
Coming up on Done Way Past Funny with this episode's guest, James Piscatelli. Now, I think if I remember that, because that's not one of the clips I have here, but I will add it later on so that people can see what we're talking about. But if I remember correctly, there's a scene of him like getting in or out of a capsule. So I'm thinking you must have gone to like a museum where they allowed you to get in and out of a capsule.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that we went to a museum. I'm not sure if they allowed us to be there.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
You know, not for nothing, but forget about Lucille Roberts and Jack LaLanne. You really want to get into shape, you got to come see me.
You know, the biggest problem with people when it comes to weight loss is their lack of discipline. Well, I'm here to provide that discipline.
Donut? Huh? You gonna have another donut?
Or, you know, or if you remember like Bill Cosby stuff, right? He would go on, you know, he'd have his long stories, you know, which you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go along for this ride, you know, because it's Bill, you know, because he had a reputation, a good reputation at the time.
Yeah, so he had a couple of reputations.
Had a bad reputation now, and you know, for him, but I think we've covered a lot of grounds. We talked way too much about me, which is going to just have
you. I want people to know you. I want people to know James and his process, and I want to drive people towards your YouTube channel so they can check out your shorts. I think everybody should see your shorts, and your feature length. I think they should see your shorts and your feature length.
Well, I appreciate that, and I would love, I love people to see them, comment on them. I'm good with positive or negative. My favorite review of my film is the guy said, "First there's snow, then there's no snow, then there's snow again. Weird flick." And I was like.
Yeah. All right. So that's coming up pretty soon. It's going to be on Spark TV with 2 Ks, SPARKK TV, and it's going to be on Knob TV, on Roku, on your Roku device, Knob TV, under Done Way Past Funny, and also it'll be also available on YouTube if you don't have those other 2 devices. Matter of fact, you can probably see it on YouTube now on GD Fenderson's site. Go to Done Way Past Funny. At any rate, so we wanted to promote that. We did. Now, before I close, I want to say 2 things real quick before I close. One is that next week we will be live. We just will not be live from the studio. We'll be live on the road. I do not know what music we're doing yet. I'll figure that out like real soon, maybe even by the end of the day. So I will let you know. And the other thing, in the near future, we're going to try to move people from the YouTube page for the Mind Dog TV straight to the YouTube page for the Reverend. If you're on there, start migrating toward the Reverend's YouTube page, because we're going to be showing content that we do not want to have any kind of conflict of interest. And so we're waiting to do that stuff. We're waiting, we're when we get to there, we'll do that. And we don't want to get the Coffee with the Dog people in trouble with their YouTube page. So we're going to be slowly but surely going to be reminding you to start migrating toward my YouTube channel, okay, to watch. All right, slowly migrate. Yeah, slowly. You could all do it today if you want, or tomorrow, but not right now, because we're about to be over. If you switch now, by the time it kicks in, you're going to miss my world-shattering closing comments. I want to thank you, those of you who have subscribed to my fledgling YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. Bless you. I also invite you to go to gigsalad.com and check out GD Fenderson the next time you need to hire a comedian or for a private event. On behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, our dog Stop Dropping, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox time on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that, okay, I have to start taking that out of there. Join us. Well, yeah, we're still on Mind Dog TV. I want you to get used to the YouTube channel going to Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. That's all. I want you to get used to that. But if you're listening on the radio, keep listening on the radio. If you're on iHeart, keep listening on iHeart. If you're on Twitch with the Twit box, keep listening on the Twit box, okay? Now, I can't respond. I don't necessarily see your comments, which probably you don't make until after 2 or 3 days, and I don't see them then. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to lie. Once the show is over, I don't give a shit about your comments. I only care about the comments that are going on now, because those I can respond to once if I see them. Yeah, bless you. Now, what am I looking? I forgot what I was looking for. Oh yeah, I know now. So, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. Thank you so much.